someone who has followed high school basketball in this area for a long time, and not just in this area, but if you talk to somebody who watches high school basketball nationally, a college recruiter, for example, he is liable to tell you that Kevin Johnson, from baseline to baseline, from end to end, may be the fastest player he has ever seen in high school basketball. His senior year, Kevin led the Dragons and led the state by scoring 32.5 points a game. He also hit 500 for the Sacramento baseball team, by the way. Played a little bit of baseball at Cal as well, some shortstop. Actually had, as we say, a cup of coffee in the minor leagues. But thankfully for all of us, I think Kevin made the right choice. He said, you know what, I think basketball is my game, and basketball obviously is where Kevin originally made a name for himself. I know the Cal Bears were happy about it. He went to Cal, of course, on a scholarship, and after he was done tearing up the Pac-10 at that time at Cal, he led the team all time in scoring, in assists, and in steals. And maybe the most important aspect of Kevin's career at Cal, before he got there, that basketball team had not been in the postseason tournament in 26 years. With Kevin there, postseason tournament.
Go Bears!
Thank you. From Cal on to the NBA, as I think most of us know, the number 7 pick overall in the first round of the draft by the Cleveland Cavaliers, but that same season, he was traded to the Suns, and as they say in the song, here comes the sun. His first full season at Phoenix. Scored 20 points a game, averaged 12 assists a game, and shot 50%, and 6'1" point guards don't shoot 50% in the NBA, but this guy did. And I don't have time, believe me, I don't, to run down all of his statistics and all of his records while he played for Phoenix in the NBA. But if you look it up, the names that you will see most associated with the numbers that Kevin put up in the NBA are Oscar Robertson and Magic Johnson. That is pretty sweet company. And again, just like at Cal, every year Kevin played for the Suns. Every year they made the playoffs. Every year. That's impressive. He retired after the 1997-98 season, although there was a little sort of a Brett Favre moment in there, a little bit. Came back the next season. Actually, the Suns pretty much begged him to come back after he retired for the playoffs because they had a lot of injuries and they needed somebody who could run the basketball team, and so he did. But that was the end of his career, although after that season, I'm telling you, I couldn't count the number of phone calls that I got in the sports office at Fox from Kings fans saying, hey, do you think there's any chance that Kevin would want to play a season or two with the Kings? I know there are high hopes in this town for that, but Kevin was on to the second phase of his career, and in some respects, bigger, more important things. I mean, what's more honorable than returning to your roots to try to improve your own neighborhood, to try to improve your city, to try to help the youth of your city? Kevin founded St. Hope, which is helping others pursue excellence. St. Hope started as an after-school program in Oak Park, and boy, has it ever evolved from there. Revitalizing communities through public education, civic leadership, economic development, and the arts. That's kind of the slogan for St. Hope. Most of us, of course, know about Kevin at Sacramento High School, now a charter school. One thing Kevin did not have to work on there was the basketball program. They are rolling over there, both the boys and the girls, every year. Kevin elected mayor of Sacramento in 2008, now serving his second term and working on a fairly large project right now. His accomplishments have been many already in his first term, plus as the mayor of our town. But I'm telling you, when, not if, when Kevin solves this latest dilemma, I think he may get his own Hall of Fame, directed by Kings basketball fans. Please watch the monitors. It is my honor to introduce one of the first members of the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame, KJ Kevin Johnson.
Call an athlete, a community leader, or simply
Mayor. He has achieved excellence in the arena of public service, the hardwood of the basketball court, and in the hallowed confines of City Hall. The Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame heralds the induction of its newest member, Sacramento Mayor Kevin Johnson. A Sacramento native, Kevin was raised under the watchful eye of his grandparents in Oak Park and attended Sacramento High School, where he would find early success on the basketball court, leading the state in overall scoring and being named Northern California's Player of the Year. With a hard-fought scholarship under his belt, Johnson was off to UC Berkeley. After 4 years as a starter, he had earned accolades as the school's all-time leader in assists, steals, and scoring. Named to the Pac-10 All-Conference First Team his junior and senior year of college, Johnson would become the first Golden Bear to have his number retired.
So I grew up in Sacramento, came to Cal. I got drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
The Cleveland Cavaliers select Kevin Johnson from the University of California.
Initially selected by the Cleveland Cavaliers, Johnson came into his own as a member of the Phoenix Suns. In his first season, he rose quickly to become one of the NBA's top players, facing his opponents with a devastating competitive average of 20 points per game and a remarkable 88% free throw percentage. Just as impressive, Johnson achieved the elusive goal of making the playoffs every year of his career after his rookie season, reversing the fortunes of the perennially losing Phoenix Suns, and was at the top of the league in the 1990 NBA playoffs.
I lived in Phoenix from 88 to 2000, and I knew when I retired from Phoenix I wanted to move back home.
In the 1994 FIBA World Championship, Johnson was honored to be a part of Dream Team 2, helping the team secure a gold medal and leading the squad in both total assists while shooting an impressive 47% from the field. Retirement in 1998 proved short-lived. Within a year, he rebounded to replace an injured Jason Kidd on behalf of his Phoenix teammates and helped the Suns win their first playoff series in 5 years before retiring a second time from basketball. Not missing a beat, Johnson refocused his time and energy on St. Hope, an after-school program he had founded in 1989.
After my first year in the league, I started an organization called St. Hope. It's a community development company. And its mission was to revitalize Oak Park or inner city communities through public education, economic development, civic leadership, and the arts. So when I retired, I knew I wanted to go back home and build on that work. And I did. I moved back in 2001. 2002, we started charter schools. And kind of the rest is history and education. I've been a huge champion for public charter schools. Everybody in our community would hear me say over and over again, you can't have a great city without great schools.
For kids in his neighborhood of Oak Park, he proudly served as CEO until January 2008, when he broadened his horizons once again with the goal of becoming Sacramento's 55th mayor. He realized his goal the following November, and again in 2012, when he garnered almost 60% of the popular vote. Currently Vice President of the United States Conference of Mayors, a board member of the University of California Alumni Association, honored by former President George H.W. Bush as the 411th Point of Light. We proudly welcome and are honored to induct Mayor Kevin Johnson into the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame.
With you, the plaque that Kevin Johnson is going to be presented with here tonight. Kevin, as a sports fan who saw you play in high school, in college, in the pros, it gives me great honor and privilege to give you this plaque, to be our first recipient of the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame. It reads, Kevin Johnson, professional basketball, affectionately known as KJ. Kevin is one of the greatest basketball players to come from Sacramento. He attended Sacramento High School, where he was one of the most decorated players in state history. Success followed at the University of California, where he was the 7th overall pick in the 1987 NBA draft. and went on to play 13 years. He was a three-time NBA All-Star and amassed 13,127 career points with over 6,711 assists. Kevin is most passionate about his hometown, where he became the mayor and truly cares about all aspects of this city. Kevin exemplifies the definition of a successful hometown athlete as one of Sacramento's most prolific ambassadors, Kevin Johnson.
Thank you very much. It's an honor for me to be inducted into the Hall of Fame with such distinguished inductees, and I'm going to poke fun at each of them in a second. But I'd like to first thank T.C. Martin for the vision in putting on this event. Let's give him another round of applause. I also want to thank my mom and my family that are sitting at this table here, and I think all of us collectively, our teammates, our coaches, our trainers, our friends. There's so many people that play such a role for us to be standing here today. None of us do it alone. And it's really many, many folks who participate in this great honor that I think we're all receiving today. I also want to thank the sports fans who voted us in. I don't know who they are, but I'm thankful. As an elected official, you're always happy to get votes. It's funny, I was asking Jennifer Cartwright earlier, where does she live? And she said, in Sacramento, kind of. I said, well, I need to know if we're within the city limits or not. Just saying. She said she didn't. Let me just say a little bit about each of the inductees. And I said poke fun, not really poke fun. I want to start off with the champ, Tony the Tiger. You know, I grew up at Oak Park. I think most of you know that. And he used to train at the Police Athletic League in Oak Park. And I remember being a kid growing up, knowing that there was this guy from our neighborhood in South Sac training, and he turned pro in 1983, and he went on to do some amazing things. And I remember being in college and being in the NBA, and he was still fighting, and we were all so proud of him. So, champ, I just want to say thank you and congratulations. Let's get Tony started. Bill Cartwright is not here today. His sister is representing him. And I think most of us, you know, when I grew up middle school and high school, I remember thinking about whether or not I was going to play baseball or basketball. And there was this guy out of Elk Grove who it seemed like he was 7 feet 8, named Bill Cartwright. And I remember he went on to USF, and I used to watch USF play when I was in high school and watch Bill Cartwright. And I wanted to be just like Bill Cartwright in terms of I wanted to go to college where he went to college. I wanted to do all the things that he could do, and he went on and did some amazing things. And he was just a huge role model for me. So please just share with him how much a big fan I am of Bill Cartwright. So let's give him a hand. And then Summer. How cool a name is that? Summer. As the mayor, I want to just, as the mayor, I'm giving her permission that when she gets done speaking, she can go down and hang out with her kids. Are we okay with that? The executive order from the mayor. So Summer, unfortunately, couldn't get into Cal, so she went to Stanford. Okay for her, but she did okay. She went on and did some amazing things. Most people don't know, she actually tried to play a little hoop there as well, which was, it was okay. But what she did in the water, the 200-meter butterfly, and the relay event, went on to win a gold medal, not one or two, both individual and team sport. She and I worked together. When I retired in 2000, she was working for the NBA, and we got a chance to work together. So let's give a round of applause for her. There we go. And then last but not least, look how smooth we get. Smooth dudes. So before I get to you know, I think Dustin would be the first to say this, that there were so many great baseball players who grew up. You got Ron Lee, and Golden Office, and Jerry Royster sitting there. I mean, there were so many great players growing up out of Sacramento, and I know, you know, how much they all meant to me. And I remember when Dusty, you know, played and won the World Series, and went on to coach, played for the Dodgers. I shouldn't say this, I was a big Dodgers fan because Dusty was there. And when he left, I was happy to not like the Dodgers anymore. Then he went to the Giants, I was a big Giants fan. Then he left, I went to Cincinnati. I'm not a Cincinnati fan. But Dusty epitomizes, I think, the best in athletics, the best in sports, the best in giving back to a community. And I just want to say I'm really proud that he's here today and all of these folks. Let's give Dusty a round of applause. I want to say one thing funny about Dusty. The year you were drafted, I was 1 year old. I'm not saying no, I'm just saying I was just three things that sports have taught all of us. One, relationships. In sports, you build some of those meaningful relationships you'll ever have. Competition and competing, but the relationship, your coach, your teammates. Sports is what form all of us in some shape or form. And I just want to say the relationships that I have built through athletics have been so meaningful to me in so many different ways. So that's the first thing. The second thing is about character. Sports teaches us and builds character in each and every one of us. When you grow up playing as pivotal, because you go from being a kid to being a young adult, the lessons of hard work and teamwork and discipline, those things stay with us throughout our whole lives. And all of us would agree that I can tell you, the relationship and the character that's built through athletics. But the third one is the one I'll end on, and it's really, sports helps us realize anything is possible. That you believe you can do anything if you play sports. So my story is this. I grew up in Oak Park, you know that, as I said earlier, in the poor part of Sacramento. I went to one high school. I went to UC Berkeley, which was great. I basically played my whole career for the Phoenix Suns. And I remember growing up in this poor neighborhood, I always wanted to go to the White House. I wanted to go to the White House. And as you grow up, you realize the only way you're going to get invited to the White House when you play sports is you have to win an NBA championship. So unlike, I'm the only inductee here who hasn't won a championship. Meaning the champ got 3 titles, Dusty won a World Series, Summers got 2 gold medals, and Mr. Cartwright and his family have 6 NBA championships. I don't have any. However, I am the first inductee to the Sacramento. I'm going to finish this story, but to make matters worse, every team I played on in the NBA, I was always the shortest guy on the team. I'm 6'1", it's not like I'm that short, but I was the shortest guy on the team. So here today, I'm excited that I'm going to be taller than a few folks. Summer has like 6-inch heels on, so she's taller than me. And this Cartwright here is like much taller than me, so this is also a humbling experience as well. So the only way you can get invited to the White House, you have to win a championship. Bill Cartwright, his team, and the ball-headed guy named Michael Jordan prevented KJ from winning a championship. True story. And if Bill was here, I'd kick him. I'm not going to kick you, but I'm kicking him. So I retired in 2000. I'm in D.C., and I didn't realize this, but you can just buy a ticket and take a tour. But I'm stubborn. I'm like, no, that's not the same. Snub my nose at the tour. Left D.C. I run for mayor. I get elected. My name is on the same ticket as President Barack Obama, which is actually pretty cool in itself. I get elected mayor. About 6 months later, I get an invite, a letter with the presidential seal on it. And we open it, Adrian, where's Adrian? We open it, and it says, Mayor Johnson, you and 60 of your closest friends that are mayors have been invited to the White House by the President of the United States of America. How cool is that, right? Sacramento mayor goes to Washington. Like Sacramento, we are going to Washington. So I get a new suit. I get a new suit. I go to Washington. We load the bus. 9 o'clock in the morning, there are 60 mayors, 2 buses. Shuttle bus 1, shuttle bus 2. I get on the second one, because I'm really excited. I'm trying to take it all in. When we take off, we only drive 2 blocks. We could walk, but nothing like that. We drive 2 blocks, and we get to the security gate. The first bus driver is talking to the security guard. They go back and forth. Whatever they said was right. The gate goes up. Bus 1 goes in. And I'm like, okay, this is cool, next class. Our bus, same conversation, gate goes up, now you're in the inner premises of the White House. Now you're in another security. This security guard comes out, he has a gun, really long gun. They have a conversation, whatever he says, the right security guard goes in, another guy comes out with a dog, they sniff the bus, gate goes up, bus one goes in, same thing happens. In our bus, we go in, we all unload the bus, there's 60 of us, I'm number 55. What mayor am I? I'm 55th of Sacramento, I thought I'd be in line 55. So I'm 55. The last thing you have to do to get into the White House is pass the last checkpoint. All you have to have is your name on the checkboard and your ID, right? Cool, no problem. I'm 55, 2 mayors go in, I'm 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, I'm like, I don't have my ID. So at this point, you get religious in a hurry, right? Like, dear Lord, you don't have me going to church much often, but I promise, if you just let me find my ID, I'll start going to church on Sunday evening. Not just when I want something. I mean, I'm trying to do what he's supposed to do. Now I'm 38, 37, 36, 35. I'm sweating at this point. 32, 30. So then I look back at the hotel. Remember, it was only 2 blocks. So I'm thinking, if I can still play, I can run there fast enough, get my wallet, and make it back in time. I'm 24, I'm 22. Then I had this reality that I was going to be sitting on the bus all by myself, while the other 59 mayors are kicking it with the president. And I'm stuck in the bus like I'm in timeout all by myself. 15, 14, 13, I'm like, Lord, seriously, I'm praying. I'm not even Catholic, I'm doing Hail Mary. I'm talking 10, 9, 8, and the reality just set in that I'm not going to be able to go into the White House. I'm 5, I'm 4, I'm 3 mayors to go, 2 goes in, 1 goes in. Security guard looks up and goes, KJ, come on in. So there's a couple morals of this story. The first one is I go to church every Sunday. And secondly, sports has a way of giving back to you more than you can ever give to it. Yeah. And through working hard and trying to do it the right way and play the game the way it's supposed to be played, you can even make it to the White House by doing what you do. So on behalf of myself, my family, the city of Sacramento, and all the inductees here, thank you so much for the honor. God bless you.